Oh, would you look at that? I got it working. I got both the orange accent lighting working, and that one is actually connected to a little switch here. And I got the LED bar working. So in this video I'm going to show you how I got it working, because it's not plug and play without this thing. You need this thing, except for the light. So let me show you what it looks like. And it's on, it's working. So what you need is you need another thing to do that magic, and it's really easy with this thing. It's actually just plug and play, so super simple. Okay, so these are all of the parts that the kit that I bought comes with. So we have the LED light, LED bar, and here is the cable for that one. There is a big harness for this one too, that connects to the positive, the negative, and then also the high beam relay, but also a relay for the orange light strip that goes in the bottom. And there is an extension cable, and there are two different mounting options, and here are the mounting options that I got. This one mounts here and it attaches in the back on the LED bar, and this one mounts on the side of the LED bar. And in my case, since the LED bar is actually wider than the mounting plate, I will have to use this kind of bracket and not this one. Of these two. We have 6 of these white picks too. 4, 5, and 5. Okay, so this is how far I've come. So you just saw me put the light bar on here, and this is really straightforward. This is not so complicated. The battery is located under here. It's on the driver's side if you have the steering wheel on the left side, which is the right side, not the right side, which is the wrong side. So battery over here, you have a negative terminal over here. You have a few different positive outputs over here. This is the fuse box, and here you have extra ground. So I would probably advise not to use this ground back here. And I would instead just, just like that, put the ground on here. And you probably just put a nut on there because it looks like it's prepared for that. You could maybe even get power from the fuse box if you measure and see where you have power and when you have it. But I chose to take it from here. Under here there are actually... So under here we have 4 different positives. They are fused a bit differently, and as you probably understand, you should probably not overload these fuses. So keep that in mind, and depending on how many amps you're gonna draw through your lights. That's really easy. Then we have the positive and the negative, and we have a fuse on the positive close to the terminal. And from the light, in my case, I have positive and the negative. And I also have this extra one that goes to the orange DRL section of the light. So the tricky part now is that there is no good way to get power from the headlights, because this seems to be a digital signal. There is 5 cables coming here, and you have a positive, which is 13.8. You have a ground. You have a turn signal, which goes on when the turner signal goes on. You have one which is pretty much 0.1 volt, and then you have another one which is 0.2 volts. So I would say you cannot use these because you cannot tap into that. Okay, so the thing here is that since you cannot use the cables running to the headlights, you have to use some form of a CAN bus problem solver. And the one I would advise that actually works is this one. This is the XBB dongle and the XBB power unit. These two you need, this one you don't need. And this one connects in the OBD port, and it reads when your lights are on, when your ignition are on, and then it sends it wirelessly to this little relay. And this one has 2 outputs. So you have a 5 amp and a 15 amp output. So you can put like a big light and maybe some smaller lights from this one. So this makes it really easy. You just connect this one to your positive and to your negative and to your lights. And then that's all. You just connect it to the battery. You connect the light to the battery. And this little kit here will make all of the magic. So this extra thing I have here, this smart button, it's a wireless button that connects to the dongle, and it would allow me to turn something on and off manually, even though the car doesn't send a signal. So I could turn on the LED bar without the high beams being on, for example, or I could turn it off, for that matter. So really cool kit, and this is something that you pretty much have to have, and I would advise getting this one because it makes it so much easier, the whole wiring situation. So I'm gonna connect that. I'm gonna start with routing the cable. When it comes to routing the cable, it is really hard to find somewhere that you can like get in through the grill and then up over here. You could drill a hole. I'm not gonna do that, so I'm just gonna feed the cable in here, pull it through on the back, then it's gonna come out over here, and I'm gonna have it under this fairing running up here against the headlight into here. From here I'm gonna take it somewhere that it doesn't get snagged onto this. Maybe under here we have another gap. So through here up to this one. So the XBB power unit also has to be close to the dongle. And the dongle is going to be, on the driver's side. So it should be somewhere in this vicinity. We have the second ground going to the same. We have the main live positive going to here. Then we have the high beam, which I'm gonna put on the 15 amp output, which is the one in the bottom. And then the orange accent styling light or daytime running light. Double check. Ground and ground goes to this one. The positive from here runs up to 9 to 36 volt input. And then we have red, which is the high beam, going to the bottom, which is output 1, 15. Yellow, output 2, 5 amp, this is the orange light. Okay, everything good. Okay, so let me give you the quick summary of what I have done. So I installed the light bar down here, I poked the cable in here, all the way through, coming out over here, walking on the outside here, then it goes under this panel, under here, coming out over here, and then a zip tie over here, and then we have the power unit here, which has Bluetooth connecting to the dongle in under the steering wheel, and this one also connects with a positive and a negative, running to positive here, negative here, little fuse over there. Gonna put a zip tie over here too to keep it tidy, and that is everything. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start with this big panel over here, and this one have these three to guide it and these two to hold it. So this one has to go in under this panel, and there's this clip to start with, and then it goes on top of here. And this is just a matter of aligning the holes and just pushing down evenly with a little bit of care. It's like a screw-on type. This guy over here on the driver's side goes under over here, like that one, and it goes on top of over here. So just align all of the holes. Make sure that this seal doesn't get stuck. So, I had one problem, and this little thing solved that. I didn't manage to get the second output to work with when the car is on and when I turn the car off. So that didn't work. So I programmed this to have one click for on and 2 clicks for off. Okay, so this is the XBB app, and in here I made an account and logged in, and in here we have the XBB dongle up on the left. So we're gonna pick, it says choose recipe, so the phrasing is a bit weird, but yeah, if we go down to P, there is no Polestar, but Volvo, they are here. So we pick XC40, and you know what, that's gonna work because I've already tried it. So we pick this one. There's only one to pick. Recharge, and I think the recharge is the electric one, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And now we're in. So if I try the high beam's on, it turns on. På means on. You can see it in red and green light too. And if I put in reverse, because I'm in drive now, you have reverse light. But anyhow, it's working. That's what I wanted to show you. So we go here to power unit up on the right. We do the plus sign. We do add a power unit. We click on this one. Power unit. Turn this off. Let's see. It's connected. So we have a signal for output 1, which is on the top. It's kind of stupid that this is in Swedish, because this is gonna... Yeah, I don't know how to change it to English, but you're gonna trust me. Output 1, we do high beam. And then output 2 should be... Well, either is engine running or system active. Well, we could try engine running. Oh, and we can even do follow the signal, force to be on, force to be off. So let's do save on that. Now we say, oh, it's working. So as I'm... No, it's not time to go to sleep. As I do the high beam, on, off, it's working. Okay, if you like this video, you should definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, put them below in the comment section. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. As always, see you in the next one.